Welcome to my kitchen. If you are on a minimalist journey or just looking to simplify and organize your kitchen, I'm going to show you how I have my kitchen set up, exactly what I decided to keep and how I make it work. When I was setting up my kitchen, basically the only thing I think about is how am I going to unstack my dishwasher? So I want everything to be within this sort of area so that I'm not walking all over my kitchen, wasting time. Now, of course, there are some things that don't fit in this area, but for the most part, I would say 90% of it is in this area here. And in this drawer are most of the things that we use all the time. When I was first a minimalist, there wasn't that many videos available, and especially for large families, I wanted to know exactly what people kept and how they made it work. So I have quite a few bowls, and that's just because if we have cereal for breakfast and then pasta for dinner, that's going to use all of these bowls. I have these sort of medium-sized plates. My kids and I and my husband are not huge eaters, and so these are the types of plates that I like to use. I do keep some plastic bigger plates, and I also store some just plain white plates if we have people around, but for the most part, everything we use all day, every day lives in this drawer. When it comes to kitchen utensils, I am a little bit of the more the merrier, particularly if you like to entertain. I feel like every family has that one item that always goes missing or you run out of, and for us, that is teaspoons. But as long as it fits in this drawer, I'm totally happy with having a little bit extra. Next, in this sort of kitchen utensil drawer, I have this little section here which acts as my junk drawer. Totally recommend having that in your kitchen. And then I try and keep things as accessible as possible in this drawer. So if it starts to get a little bit too full, I find that I can't find what I need, but by making sure that I have at least one of everything and no more, that keeps it under control. This is my pantry. Now, I don't have that great a storage in my kitchen. Everything, it looks like there's more than what there is. There's very little actual cupboard space. So this acts as not just my food pantry, but also where I have to store some items. So because I really like to have my benches clear, I keep my kettle and my toaster in here. And then everything here is geared towards what my kids need to access most of the time. So that is things like cereals, cups that they like to use for hot drinks, snacks, smoothie making things. And so everything is just geared towards what they need to be able to access. And then up here are medicines, plastics, and this is sort of like the baking and cooking stuff that I use on the regular. And then I have a prepper pantry down in my laundry where I pull most of our food from so that this prime real estate doesn't get too cluttered, isn't too full, and I can just pull from my other cupboard as I need it. We have 6 of these ridiculously thin cupboards, which are not very storage friendly. So I don't keep too much in them except for things like some spare trays and muffin tins. And then on the other side, I keep our cutting boards. I really like these thin ones. I've actually chopped them in half so they fit better in my dishwasher. And then I have some just plastic trays. These are my absolute favorite, whether it's making morning tea for my kids, taking something for a party. These are my favorite and they fit right in here. So even though I don't have a lot of storage, by paring down and making sure I've got those multi-use items, I can make the best use of the space. These are by far my 2 favorite kitchen appliances, maybe closely behind my coffee machine, and they are my pressure cooker and my air fryer. They actually live in this top cupboard up here. I normally wouldn't recommend keeping items that high, but you got to work with what you have. The reason I love these both is that they are multifunction. There are so many things. I can reheat items, cook bread rolls, heat up taco shells, as well as chips and all the other fun things that go in an air fryer, as well as my pressure cooker, which not only pressure cooks, but slow cooks. I use it as a rice cooker. keeping food warm, it does it all. Possibly if one of these two died, I would replace it with one that does both of these things. But until then, I'm fairly confident that most of the things I can get away with just these two. Underneath my sink is where I keep all of my cleaning supplies, as well as my bigger pots and pans and some extra bowls and a strainer. Now, I am a bit fussy when it comes to kitchen towels, and I tend to go through a lot of cleaning cloths in a day. So I keep this bag that's full of like rag towels, and then this is like tea towels that I'm happy to use for spills and things like that. And then I have like my good tea towels over in the bottom drawer over there. And that just helps me to keep some tea towels that are good and some that are not so good. And I try and keep my cleaning products to a minimum. This is a really tough one for me because I do love cleaning and I would love to try all the things. I really had to pare down and have a look at what pots we kept because we literally don't have the space for them. So I have one big fry pan, one soup pot, and then one sort of middle-sized pot, and then just a couple of these plastic bowls and a strainer. And that's about it. But I am using all of these things every single day. And that is my challenge to you. If you are looking to declutter items in your kitchen, think about those things that you use every single day and make those a priority. Put those in your easiest to reach spots, and then that will help you really to understand what things you're not using all the time. Maybe you can just move them out of your kitchen, or maybe you can declutter them for good. The kitchen is a great place to start your minimalist journey because it is so functional. You've got lots of different people using it, and if you are like me, it feels like you're constantly here. So the quicker you can clean up your kitchen, the quicker you can make meals, the easier it will be to get on with the rest of your life. And minimizing those excess items in your kitchen is the best place to start with simplifying your life and all that cleaning.